Hello there, Dr. Kara of KH Evolution. I wanted to create this video for you today, quick little video to help you navigate the new energy that is coming in with tomorrow's full moon. So as a energy practitioner, a shamanic based energy practitioner that is very in tune with the cycles of our planet and the natural rhythms of nature, I begin to feel the energy sometimes 48 hours, 72 hours prior to the moon. And you probably do as well. You just might not be as tuned into it as you could be. So these little updates are really designed to help you navigate some of the changes and the shifts and the energy that's flowing into our planet right now and flowing up, rising up out of our Earth Mother right now because of the natural alignment of the stars and the moon and all the dynamics that are going on around us all the time. And these dynamics are really meant to support us and help to move us forward and keep us in the flow of our own natural rhythms of life. So I hope that you find them helpful. So first of all, tomorrow we will experience the full moon of this October 2021. And this full moon is really full of dynamic energy that, if we're not careful, could be considered kind of hot or aggressive energy. So the first tip is to really kind of tune into yourself. Make sure that you take ample moments today and tomorrow and the next day, because that energy of the moon stays with us beyond the actual day of the full moon. We want to make sure that we're taking ample breaks throughout the day to take a nice deep breath, check in with ourselves, and be tuned into those emotions that we're feeling, because we could get really reactive if we're not careful. And when we become reactive rather than responsive, we can often say things we don't necessarily mean, or activate some situations that could be complex in navigating. All that being said, sometimes that emotion that gets triggered in us, that deep emotion, is really triggered for purpose. It's triggered because it wants to wiggle its way or work its way out. And the full moons, regardless of timing and the planetary alignment, give us a perfect opportunity to release and let go. So this moon is supercharged for helping us to let go, particularly of the things that might create anger or frustration or overwhelm within our life. But the underlying, the undercurrent and underlying energy is really about creativity. It's about helping us to move into that space to really claim our creative power. In the application of the medicine wheel, the time of the year that we're in the northern hemisphere is the time of the west direction of the medicine wheel. So in this west direction, we are calling on the energy of Mother Jaguar and Mother Bear to really help us to see into the darker aspects of our soul, right? When we look into the season that we're in, it's that season of fall, which is from our fall equinox to our winter solstice. And this time on our planet, we naturally see less and less sunlight, less and less daylight, less and less illumination within us, and more opportunity to go deeper into the darker aspects of our personality, of our soul. And so what may emerge with this full moon is more of our personality coming out, so that we can look at it and say, do we want to take those aspects of our personality forward with us into the creativity that's being inspired, or do we want to make some shifts? So back to the creativity, because I think this is really a cool tool that we have access to, or a cool vibration that we've got coming in that we can tap into if we are aware of it. And so we have this flow moving through that is just inspiring us and, activating the fire within to understand what it is that wants to be birthed within us soon. And so take some time out, if you can, to journal or walk in nature or be in stillness with yourself to really ask your heart, what is dying to be released in creative form through you? Because we are in such need of each and every one of us on the planet to bring that forward within ourselves. Whatever that divine inspiration is within you, it is so needed right now on our planet. And I'm certain that on some level and in some aspect, it is inspiring community and creativity and, creation of something that we can all use to thrive and to move us through some of these challenging and changing times. So in terms of tools that can help us through this full moon, most importantly, a couple of crystals come in. The first is citrine, which I've been holding here in my hand. So I have a piece of citrine. It's one of my favorites that I have. And this citrine can help to inspire us and tap into that creativity. So my citrine's been sitting with me here on my desk since the beginning of the week and will continue at least throughout the end of this week. Another great crystal or gemstone that you might have access to or around you is topaz, particularly yellow topaz. So we can see that through the crystals that are being chosen, it's our sacral chakra that's being stimulated and activated and kind of rustled around. Sacral chakra is about relationships, how we interact with ourselves and with those around us, our organizations, our groups, with humanity and community. So, have an awareness around this so that as you go out into the world tomorrow and you interact with people, be observant and aware of the energy that you're bringing into those situations. Remember, if you have releasing to do, specifically lots of releasing to do, it could get a little hot and heavy in terms of these elements that are coming out, because we could be triggered. This is a really big full moon in the sign of Aries, so an air sign. And so it's really dynamic. And dynamic can be two things. If we haven't necessarily done the work that Spirit has been calling us to do, then we could be triggered a lot. And if we have been more conscious and aware of the things that we're being divinely guided to do through Spirit, then we typically have a little gentler time and we can see the power that is organizing behind us and through us to move us into those next opportunities that will open up our creativity and allow us to serve through our creativity. So the other element that comes through really strongly is self-mastery. So as you are being inspired and as that creativity is being tapped and things are coming up, ask yourself the question, what is it that I am here to master? What am I being called to bring my attention to? And, step into this and begin to own it. That's also part of what the West direction is all about. The season that we're in the medicine wheel is coming into our own personal sovereignty and owning that mastery at a level that we've yet to own it at. And so we have a great deal of powerful energy available to us to take advantage of this and move into this these last few weeks, several weeks of 2021 really setting ourselves up to open up into our self-mastery and really open up into that personal sovereignty, really building and stabilizing that foundation underneath us to claim our personal power and really live in alignment and by that personal power. All right. Now, if you are looking for energy to support you in the dynamic shifts around the new moon and the full moon, then take a look at my fairly new product called Harmonize. With Harmonize, I am using the vibrational technology of the Healy along with shamanic medicine, bringing those together to create sacred ceremony for all of the members. And what it does is it helps to really align you with that divine purpose and that divine mastery. And there's still time. It's only $11.11 per month to really remotely receive the downloads of this energy. You also get some guidelines, some things that can really be helpful in navigating where you're going. Many of us, as we're stepping into self-mastery and creativity and all these things, and life is so dynamic around us, we can get lost in really what we're here to focus on. And Harmonize can help with that. And if there's a full moon this year that we want to be really careful of what our intentions are and what our thoughts are, it's this one. It's really powerful. So last keynote, be intentional tomorrow, be intentional today, be intentional every day, but really around this full moon, we want to be super intentional around our thoughts. Keep your vibration and your thoughts and your emotions as high vibe as you possibly can, and be kind. All right, be well, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Sending you lots of high vibration love and support.